Introduction. A journey from darkness to light in the quiet corners of the world, there are souls whose existence is destined to leave an indelible mark on humanity. Samina Aunty, a woman whose life traversed continents and cultures, is one such soul. Her story is not just one of faith, but of transformation, dedication, and an unyielding commitment to serve humanity. Born into a Christian family, Samina's early life seemed a typical path of religious devotion, but her spirit yearned for something greater, something more profound. Her search for truth led her to Islam, a faith that resonated deeply with her heart. It was not just the doctrines or rituals that drew her in, but the divine call of peace and unity that Islam represented. This spiritual awakening was a momentous turning point in her life, one that would forever change the course of her destiny. Her journey didn't end with her conversion to Islam. It was just the beginning of a deeper, more profound commitment to the service of humanity. In a meeting that would forever alter her life's path, Samina Aunty had the privilege of pledging allegiance to Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the promised Messiah, under the guidance of Hafiz Shah Muhammad in Fiji. Her decision to join the Ahmadiyya movement in Islam was not just a personal act of faith, but a commitment to spread the message of peace, truth, and service to the world. Samina Aunty was a woman of quiet strength, yet her actions resonated with a power that could move mountains. Whether through her tireless work in translation and distribution of Islamic literature, her dedication to interfaith harmony, or her humanitarian efforts, Samina Aunty's life was a living testament to the values of compassion, knowledge, and unity. Her unwavering faith in God, her humility in service, and her extraordinary ability to connect with people from all walks of life made her a beacon of light for all those around her. Her legacy is not one of mere words, but of actions that have shaped the hearts and minds of many. As we reflect on her life, we remember the selfless devotion with which she served her community, the tireless efforts she made to foster understanding between different cultures and faiths, and the countless lives she touched through her kindness and generosity. Through her eyes, the world saw the beauty of Islam, and through her actions, it experienced the profound impact of living a life dedicated to service. Her story is not one confined to a mere chapter in time, but a saga of unwavering faith and profound contribution to humanity. Let us now embark on the journey through the chapters of her remarkable life, honoring the legacy of a woman who lived to spread peace, love, and truth. Chapter 1. A Pledge to a New Dawn. The moment that defined Samina Aunty's spiritual rebirth was her pledge to Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, the promised Messiah, facilitated by the luminous guidance of Hafiz Shah Muhammad in Fiji. This chapter marks the beginning of her transformative journey, where faith became the foundation of her remarkable life. Fiji, a nation of serene beauty and cultural diversity, was the backdrop of this profound event. It was here that Samina Aunty, a seeker of truth, found solace in the teachings of Islam. Hafiz Shah Muhammad, a devoted missionary of the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement, became the beacon that illuminated her path. His words, filled with the wisdom of the Quran and the profound teachings of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, resonated with the depths of her soul. The message of peace, unity, and universal brotherhood ignited a spark within her, a realization that Islam was not merely a religion but a way of life that embodied the highest ideals of humanity. With courage and conviction, Samina Aunty took the pledge of allegiance, formally joining the Ahmadiyya movement. This moment was not merely ceremonial, it was transformative. It symbolized her acceptance of a mission greater than herself, the mission to live a life of purpose, guided by the light of Islam and dedicated to spreading its true essence to the world. For a revert to Islam, the journey often comes with challenges, but Samina Aunty's faith was unshakable. She embraced her new identity with grace, immersing herself in the study of the Quran and the writings of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. Her newfound faith was not just personal, it became a driving force behind her endeavors to uplift others. She embodied the teachings of humility, compassion, and service, which are the cornerstones of the Ahmadiyya philosophy. This chapter of her life laid the foundation for her extraordinary contributions in the years to come. It was here that the seeds of her global mission were sown, a mission that would take her across continents, breaking barriers of culture and language, and leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of all she encountered. Through her pledge, Samina Aunty became a part of a movement that sought to revive the true spirit of Islam. She became a torchbearer of its message, spreading the light of peace and love wherever she went. Her life from this point forward was a testament to the power of faith and the profound impact of a single individual's unwavering commitment to a noble cause. Chapter 2. Illuminating Russia with the message of Islam. Samina Auntie's mission to spread the true message of Islam reached the vast, storied lands of Russia, a nation with a rich tapestry of cultures and religions, yet one that had long been deprived of access to authentic Islamic teachings. Her efforts in this region symbolized her unyielding commitment to fostering understanding and delivering the message of peace, unity, and spiritual enlightenment. 1999, the Russian Quran Translation Initiative. One of her most notable contributions to Russia was the monumental effort to distribute the Russian translation of the Holy Quran. In December 1999, under her stewardship, a second shipment of 20,000 copies of the Quran was sent to Russia. This initiative was a continuation of a broader vision to ensure that every seeker of truth, regardless of geographical boundaries or language barriers, could access the divine word of God. The translation itself was not just a linguistic exercise, but a spiritual endeavor. It aimed to preserve the Quran's essence and provide Russian readers with clarity and insight into its teachings. The translation brought forth Islam's universal principles, peace, justice, and compassion, in a way that resonated deeply with its audience. Visiting Russia to strengthen ties. Samina Auntie's engagement with Russia went beyond sending books. She made personal visits to the region, forging connections with local Muslim communities and Islamic scholars. These visits were not merely symbolic, but strategic. She sought to build bridges, nurture relationships, and support the spiritual growth of Muslims in Russia. Her meetings with local leaders and communities were marked by a spirit of humility and collaboration. She listened to their challenges, understood their needs, and offered solutions that aligned with the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement's principles of education, service, and dialogue. Her presence inspired countless individuals to explore Islam's teachings with an open heart, free from prejudice or misrepresentation, fostering unity among diverse communities. Russia's Muslim population is diverse, comprising various ethnic groups and sects. Samina Auntie's approach was inclusive and empathetic, emphasizing the shared values that unite all believers. She encouraged dialogue between different communities, fostering a spirit of mutual respect and understanding. Her work reflected the Quranic principle that diversity is a sign of God's wisdom and that unity lies in recognizing our shared humanity. A legacy of inspiration. Through her tireless efforts in Russia, Samina Aunty not only expanded the reach of the Quran, but also strengthened the bonds of the global Islamic community. Her initiatives laid the groundwork for future collaborations and inspired local Muslims to take pride in their faith and heritage. Her work in Russia was a shining example of how a single individual, guided by faith and purpose, could bridge cultural divides and bring people closer to the universal truths of Islam. Samina Auntie's contributions to Russia remain a testament to her unwavering commitment to the spiritual upliftment of humanity. Chapter 3. Restoring the legacy of Islam in Berlin. The historic Berlin Mosque stands as one of the most significant architectural symbols of Islam in Europe, a beacon of peace, spirituality, and intellectual engagement. Samina Auntie's commitment to restoring and reviving this magnificent mosque reflects her profound respect for Islamic heritage and her determination to uphold its message in the modern world. A mosque with a storied past. The Berlin Mosque, built in 1928 by the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement, is the oldest mosque in Germany. It was a testament to the movement's vision of presenting Islam as a religion of peace, reason, and progress in the West. However, over the years, the mosque faced numerous challenges, including damage during World War II, structural decay, and a waning presence of vibrant Islamic activity. Samina Aunty recognized the mosque's pivotal role as a spiritual and cultural bridge between Muslims and non-Muslims in Germany. Her efforts to preserve and rejuvenate the mosque symbolized her belief in the enduring relevance of Islamic teachings. 1996-1997, Phase 1 of renovation. Under her guidance, the first phase of the Berlin Mosque's renovation began in 1996. This ambitious project aimed to restore the mosque to its former glory, addressing decades of neglect and damage. The initial phase involved repairing the mosque's structural foundations and safeguarding its iconic minarets. These efforts were not merely about preserving a building, but about protecting a symbol of the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement's dedication to interfaith dialogue and peace. Samina Auntie's leadership ensured that the renovation work adhered to the mosque's original architectural integrity, blending Islamic artistry with modern engineering techniques. 1999, Phase 2, completion of North Minaret restoration. By 1999, the focus shifted to the mosque's North Minaret, which had suffered significant structural deterioration. Samina Aunty oversaw the repair and restoration process with meticulous attention to detail. Her leadership ensured that the work was completed on time, and by May 2000, the North Minaret stood tall, once again a proud symbol of resilience and faith. Photographs of the completed minaret captured the mosque's renewed splendor and inspired Muslims and non-Muslims alike. The restoration work became a testament to the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement's enduring commitment to preserving Islamic heritage and promoting its peaceful message. 2001, completion of South Minaret. The South Minaret's restoration, completed in September 2001, marked another milestone in the Berlin Mosque's journey of revival. This phase required overcoming logistical, financial and technical challenges, yet Samina Auntie's unwavering determination ensured its success. The completion of both minarets signified the mosque's readiness to once again serve as a spiritual lighthouse in Europe. A hub of interfaith engagement, Samina Auntie's vision for the Berlin Mosque extended beyond physical restoration. She revitalized its role as a center for interfaith dialogue, educational initiatives and cultural exchange. Through seminars, open houses and community events, the mosque became a platform for fostering understanding and cooperation between the diverse communities. She also encouraged the local Muslim community to take an active role in maintaining the mosque and using it as a space for worship, learning and community building. Her efforts ensured that the Berlin Mosque was not just a historical monument but a living, thriving space for spiritual and intellectual growth. A legacy of revival. Samina Auntie's work in Berlin stands as a shining example of her dedication to preserving Islamic heritage while promoting its universal message of peace and understanding. Her efforts restored not only the mosque's physical structure but also its spiritual and cultural significance. Through her tireless dedication, she ensured that the Berlin Mosque continues to inspire generations to come, serving as a reminder of Islam's rich history in Europe and its ongoing relevance in fostering unity and understanding in a diverse world. Chapter 4. Bridging Faith and Culture in Albania. Samina Auntie's visit to Albania in the late 1990s marked a historic effort to connect with the Muslim community in a nation emerging from decades of religious suppression under a communist regime. Her journey to Albania symbolized her unwavering commitment to reviving the spiritual and cultural roots of Islam in a society yearning for guidance and inspiration. The context: Albania's struggle with identity. Albania's history is a complex narrative of faith and resilience. Once home to a rich Islamic heritage, the nation endured a prolonged era of religious prohibition under its communist government, which declared Albania an atheist state in 1967. Following the fall of communism in the early 1990s, Albanians began rediscovering their spiritual identity, but the path to rebuilding faith institutions and cultural connections was fraught with challenges. Samina Auntie's visit to Albania in October 1999 came at a pivotal moment, recognizing the country's deep-seated need for spiritual and intellectual guidance. She embarked on a mission to forge relationships, extend support, and share the transformative teachings of Islam as espoused by the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement, strengthening bonds with the Albanian Muslim community. Samina Auntie's interactions with the Albanian Muslim community were characterized by warmth, empathy, and a deep respect for their history and struggles. She engaged with local leaders, scholars, and community members, fostering an environment of trust and mutual understanding. Her efforts culminated in the establishment of cooperative ties between the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement and Albanian Muslims. These bonds were not limited to spiritual discussions. They extended to practical initiatives aimed at rebuilding religious infrastructure and disseminating Islamic knowledge in ways that resonated with Albania's unique cultural context. Promoting Quranic teachings in the Albanian language. A cornerstone of her visit was the dissemination of the Albanian translation of the Quran, a project facilitated by the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement. By making the Quran accessible in the native language of Albanians, Samina Aunty empowered individuals to explore Islam's teachings independently, fostering a personal and profound connection with their faith. Her emphasis on the Quran's universal message of peace, justice, and compassion resonated deeply with the Albanian people. This initiative was not merely a distribution of literature, but a revival of spiritual enlightenment that had been dormant for decades. Collaborative efforts in community building. Samina Aunty's efforts went beyond religious propagation. She worked to strengthen the foundations of Albanian society by encouraging education, interfaith dialogue, and communal harmony. Her vision was to inspire a generation of Albanians who could integrate Islamic values with modern challenges, thus contributing positively to their nation's development. Through seminars, workshops, and personal interactions, she left a lasting impression on the people she met. Her humility and dedication served as a source of inspiration, motivating Albanians to take pride in their heritage while striving for progress. Photos and memories, a personal touch. The images captured during her visit to Albania tell a story of connection and hope, whether speaking with community elders, engaging with children eager to learn, or addressing gatherings with her eloquent words. Samina Aunty's presence radiated compassion and sincerity. These photographs remain cherished memories of her historic visit, symbolizing the bridges she built between cultures and communities, a legacy of revival in Albania. Samina Aunty's visit to Albania was more than a mission. It was a heartfelt endeavor to restore the spiritual essence of a nation rediscovering its identity. Her work laid the foundation for a renewed sense of purpose among Albanian Muslims, inspiring them to embrace their faith with confidence and dignity. Her legacy in Albania endures as a testament to her belief in the transformative power of faith, education, and unity. She reminded the world that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit can rise, guided by the timeless principles of Islam. Chapter 5, Restoring Faith and Hope in Bosnia. Samina Aunty's visit to Bosnia in May 2000 stands as a profound chapter in her life's work, where she brought the message of peace, unity, and healing to a land scarred by one of the most devastating conflicts in modern history. Her presence in Bosnia symbolized the compassion and resilience that defined her mission. The context: Bosnia's turmoil and recovery. The Bosnian War, 1992-1995, left deep wounds in the fabric of the country, displacing millions and causing unimaginable suffering. The Bosnian Muslim community bore the brunt of the violence, with their mosques, schools, and cultural heritage sites destroyed. The scars of war were not only physical but also spiritual, as communities grappled with loss, displacement, and the challenge of rebuilding their lives and faith. Samina Aunty's journey to Bosnia came at a time when the nation was in the early stages of healing. Her visit was a gesture of solidarity and hope, reaffirming that the global Muslim community stood with the people of Bosnia in their time of need, extending a hand of friendship. Upon arriving in Bosnia, Samina Aunty made it her priority to connect with local leaders, scholars, and individuals affected by the war. Her approach was deeply empathetic, focusing on listening to their stories and understanding their struggles. She embodied the Islamic principle of standing by those in distress, offering not only words of encouragement, but also practical support. Her message to the Bosnian people was one of resilience and faith. She encouraged them to find strength in the teachings of Islam, which emphasized perseverance in the face of hardship, and the importance of community in overcoming challenges, promoting Islamic knowledge and unity. A key aspect of her visit was the dissemination of Islamic literature, including translations of the Quran and other key texts produced by the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement. These works provided spiritual guidance and served as tools for rekindling the faith of Bosnian Muslims. She also emphasized the importance of unity among Muslims, urging the Bosnian community to rise above divisions and work collectively towards rebuilding their society. Her message resonated deeply, as it aligned with the shared desire of the Bosnian people to heal and move forward together. Rebuilding mosques and community spaces. Samina Aunty supported efforts to restore Bosnia's spiritual and cultural heritage by contributing to the rebuilding of mosques and community centers. She recognized that these spaces were not just places of worship, but also hubs for education, dialogue, and social cohesion. Her advocacy for these projects inspired others to contribute, creating a ripple effect that extended beyond her visit. The restoration of these spaces symbolized a new beginning for many communities, providing them with a sense of normalcy and hope. Empowering women and youth. Understanding the critical role of women and youth in shaping the future, Samina Aunty dedicated time to engaging with these groups. She encouraged women to take active roles in their communities, emphasizing their importance in nurturing the next generation and preserving cultural values. With the youth, she instilled a sense of purpose and ambition, urging them to embrace education and the principles of Islam as they worked towards rebuilding their nation. Her words inspired many young Bosnians to envision a brighter future and take steps to achieve it. A lasting impact in Bosnia. Samina Aunty's visit to Bosnia left an indelible mark on the hearts of those she met. Her compassion, humility, and unwavering commitment to the betterment of others resonated deeply with the Bosnian people. She became a symbol of global solidarity, reminding them that they were not alone in their journey towards healing and renewal. Her efforts in Bosnia were a testament to her belief that faith, when coupled with action, has the power to transform lives and rebuild societies. Through her work, she demonstrated that even in the aftermath of tragedy, hope can be rekindled, and communities can rise stronger than before. Chapter 6. Building Bridges Across Oceans. Trinidad and Tobago and Indonesia. Samina Aunty's journey across the globe took her to regions as diverse as the Caribbean and Southeast Asia. Her visits to Trinidad and Tobago in 2000 and Indonesia in 2003 represent the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement's dedication to spreading the universal message of Islam and fostering intercultural harmony. These efforts highlighted her unwavering commitment to creating connections and promoting understanding across vastly different cultural landscapes. Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean's spiritual awakening. In August 2000, Samina Aunty traveled to Trinidad and Tobago, a country with a rich multicultural heritage and a significant Muslim population. Her visit coincided with an international Ahmadiyya convention, where the primary focus was on fostering unity and understanding among Muslims and other faith groups in the Caribbean. Engaging the community, Samina Aunty played a pivotal role in the convention, emphasizing the importance of Islam's universal values: peace, justice, and compassion. She addressed pressing issues such as the challenges of preserving faith in a multicultural society and the need for interfaith dialogue to promote coexistence. Her eloquent speeches inspired the attendees, encouraging them to deepen their connection with Islamic teachings while embracing the diverse cultural fabric of their homeland. She particularly reached out to women and youth, advocating for their active participation in community development and religious education, promoting Islamic literature. During her visit, Samina Aunty ensured the dissemination of Lahore Ahmadiyya literature, including translations of the Quran and other key works. These resources provided spiritual guidance and served as tools for education, bridging the gap between traditional Islamic teachings and the contemporary context of Caribbean life, a legacy of unity. Her time in Trinidad and Tobago strengthened the bonds between the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement and the local Muslim community. The convention left an enduring legacy, inspiring members to take active roles in promoting harmony and understanding in their society. Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim nation. 3 years later, in 2003, Samina Aunty embarked on another transformative journey, this time to Indonesia, home to the world's largest Muslim population. Her visit was marked by her participation in the Lahore Ahmadiyya Convention, an event that underscored the movement's commitment to spiritual reform and enlightenment. Engaging with Islamic scholars and leaders, Indonesia's rich Islamic heritage provided a dynamic backdrop for her efforts. Samina Aunty met with religious scholars, community leaders, and ordinary citizens, fostering dialogue on issues such as interfaith harmony, the role of women in Islam, and the importance of education in shaping a progressive Muslim society. Her ability to communicate Islam's core values with clarity and compassion resonated deeply with the Indonesian audience. She emphasized that Islam is a religion of reason, moderation, and peace, a message that struck a chord in a nation striving to balance its rich traditions with the demands of modernity, supporting the translation movement. As part of her mission, Samina Aunty spearheaded efforts to expand the reach of Lahore Ahmadiyya literature in Indonesia. The availability of translations in Bahasa Indonesia empowered local Muslims to access authentic Islamic teachings, promoting a deeper understanding of their faith. Promoting women's empowerment, Samina Aunty was particularly passionate about addressing the challenges faced by Indonesian women. She encouraged them to seek education and take on leadership roles within their communities. Her message of empowerment inspired many women to view themselves as vital contributors to their society's spiritual and social progress, a beacon of peace and progress. Her visit to Indonesia was a testament to her vision of Islam as a unifying force that transcends cultural and geographic boundaries. By bridging the gap between tradition and progress, she left an indelible mark on the Indonesian Muslim community, inspiring them to embrace a vision of Islam rooted in peace, knowledge, and compassion. Connecting the dots, a shared mission. Though separated by oceans and continents, Samina Aunty's work in Trinidad and Tobago and Indonesia reflected a common theme, building bridges of understanding and unity. In both nations, she emphasized the universal values of Islam, the power of education, and the importance of interfaith dialogue in creating harmonious societies. Her efforts were not merely about spreading religious teachings, they were about fostering connections that transcended cultural and linguistic barriers. Her legacy in these regions lives on in the hearts of those she touched, inspiring them to carry forward her mission of peace, knowledge, and unity. Chapter 7. Illuminating the Path in Egypt. Arabic translations and beyond Samina. Aunty's endeavors in Egypt reflect her profound commitment to bridging the linguistic and cultural gaps that often limit the reach of Islamic teachings. As a cradle of Islamic civilization and scholarship, Egypt provided a fertile ground for her vision of spreading the universal values of Islam to the Arabic-speaking world. Her efforts in translating and disseminating Lahore Ahmadiyya literature in Arabic remain a monumental achievement, ensuring that the movement's progressive interpretations reached one of the most influential regions in the Muslim world. The Arabic Translations Project. In July 2006, under her guidance and leadership, the Arabic translations of Lahore Ahmadiyya literature were published in Cairo, Egypt. This project was not just about translating texts, but about presenting Islam in its most authentic and spiritually enriching form. The translations emphasized the principles of reason, peace, and enlightenment, which are foundational to the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement. A bridge to knowledge. Egypt, being a hub of Islamic scholarship, has always been central to the dissemination of Islamic thought. By ensuring that key works of the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement were made accessible in Arabic, Samina Aunty opened the doors of understanding to millions of Arabic-speaking Muslims. These translations included exegeses of the Holy Quran, scholarly works on the teachings of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, literature advocating for peaceful coexistence and interfaith dialogue. These texts resonated with the intellectual and spiritual needs of Egyptian Muslims, offering them an interpretation of Islam that aligned with contemporary challenges while remaining deeply rooted in its classical traditions. Engaging with scholars and intellectuals, Samina Aunty understood the importance of connecting with Egypt's vibrant community of scholars and intellectuals. During her visit to Cairo, she engaged with Islamic academicians from Al-Azhar University, the heart of Sunni Islamic learning, writers and journalists interested in understanding the progressive stance of the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement, community leaders who were instrumental in promoting these works across Egypt and beyond. These dialogues were not mere formalities, they were opportunities to present a vision of Islam that celebrated diversity, encouraged dialogue, and fostered unity among Muslims. Spreading the message beyond borders. Egypt's strategic position as a cultural and intellectual leader in the Arab world meant that Samina Aunty's work had far-reaching implications. The Arabic translations were not confined to Egypt, but were distributed across the Middle East and North Africa. They served as a beacon of enlightenment for Arabic-speaking Muslims, inspiring them to explore a deeper understanding of their faith. Legacy of the Arabic translations. The impact of this initiative cannot be overstated. By making Lahore Ahmadiyya literature available in Arabic, Samina Aunty ensured that the movement's message of peace and spiritual rejuvenation became accessible to millions. The translations continue to serve as an invaluable resource for Islamic scholars who seek a nuanced understanding of progressive Islamic thought. Students of religion who are drawn to the movement's emphasis on intellectual inquiry and spiritual growth. Lay readers who find solace and guidance in its clear and compassionate teachings. A testament to her vision. Samina Aunty's work in Egypt stands as a testament to her dedication, vision, and tireless efforts to uplift humanity through knowledge. She recognized that language should never be a barrier to understanding Islam's universal truths. By ensuring that Arabic-speaking Muslims had access to these transformative texts, she honored the rich legacy of Islamic scholarship and brought the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement closer to the hearts of millions. Conclusion: a light rekindled in the Arab world. In Egypt, a land steeped in Islamic history, Samina Aunty's contributions revitalized the understanding of faith among its people. Her work is a shining example of how one individual's commitment to truth and enlightenment can leave a lasting impact on a nation and its people. Conclusion: a life of service, a legacy. Eternal Samina Aunt's life was a testament to the transformative power of faith, resilience, and selfless service. From the serene mosques of Berlin to the vibrant shores of Trinidad and Tobago, from the war-torn lands of Bosnia and Albania to the intellectual hubs of Egypt and Indonesia, her tireless efforts touched countless lives. Her work bridged continents, bringing the message of peace, enlightenment, and the progressive teachings of the Lahore Ahmadiyya movement to every corner of the globe. Through her unyielding commitment, she restored mosques, distributed Quran translations in multiple languages, and fostered interfaith harmony. Her advocacy for education, renovation of Islamic heritage, and dedication to uplifting humanity remain an enduring legacy. Whether engaging with scholars, assisting communities, or delivering the message of Islam with clarity and love, her journey illuminated the lives of those she served. A heartfelt prayer, O Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful, we humbly bow before you, thanking you for the beautiful soul of Samina Aunty. Bless her for her unwavering devotion to your cause. Grant her eternal peace in the highest realms of paradise, where your righteous servants reside. Accept her efforts, forgive her shortcomings, and let her legacy continue to inspire generations. O Lord, strengthen those she left behind to carry her torch of peace and service. Let her memory be a source of light for her loved ones and her community. Ameen. I have created this documentary as a heartfelt tribute to Samina Aunty's tireless efforts and remarkable life. Due to time constraints, the documentary is currently incomplete and unedited, as I wanted to share it before her burial to honor her memory. I will work on editing and completing it later to preserve it as a lasting record of her incredible legacy. With regards, Khalid Jabbar,